Okay, hello. It is currently 2:30 p.m. and I'm starting off my first plant chore of the day with something actually quite fun and novel to me, and that is harvesting berries from my anthurium bakeri. This is what he looks like. He's a strappy leaf anthurium. Oh my gosh, one literally just came off. Yeah, like they are ripe and ready. And I wasn't gonna film it because I am completely new at this, so this is all experimental, but you know, this isn't an educational video, this is just like a plant chores video, so I thought I would take you along just for everything that I'm doing. So yeah, this is what the inflow looks like right now. Like, she is ripe. She is ripe. Labor has began, and I'm going to deliver the babes. I actually already harvested some of the berries a few days ago now because I was just kind of testing to see if any of them felt like they were ready to come off yet, and some of them were, and I just got so excited. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take them off and get them started, and I didn't even have any of my supplies yet. So those guys are actually just in here, and what I did was take them off. I'm gonna show you how I take them off and like get the seeds out and everything. But I put the seeds in this container, this little takeout container of sphagnum moss, because I didn't have my, what is this called? Seedling trays here yet. I ordered them that day. I was like, oh my God, it's happening. I wasn't expecting it to happen that soon. But these have been in here for 3 days now, I think, and they're already sprouting, which is so cool. I don't know if it's bad if I open this, so I'm not gonna open this. I don't wanna expose them to this air, I guess. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave them because they are looking good and I don't want to disturb. So I'm basically just gonna do the exact same method that I did with these. There's 27 seeds in here and they're looking really good so far. So what I'm using is a bowl of water right here. And then I'm also gonna be using paper towel right there. And I'm not going to be using the seedling tray yet. I just wanted to show y'all which ones I got. I just ordered this off of Amazon and I thought that it was cool that it was clear, and I didn't realize that this is separate. Okay, so it comes in a few separate pieces, and it came with 10 of these for a total of 120 cells. And the reason that you want to put your anthurium into a seed tray, like one seed per thing, rather than just putting them all in a takeout thing, is because these are going to get so tangled and be a pain in the butt to remove once they start growing, whereas they're already all like separated and organized if you do it this way. So I ordered this and I thought it was a really cool one. So it comes with a dome lid, which is important for keeping humidity up, and it also has a little vent that you can open or close, which I thought was pretty cool. And then it has our little cells here. So there's 12 per tray, and they have drainage holes, which is also important. So I thought that was awesome. And then it comes with this little tray that it sits in. And the only thing that I am not super happy with, I mean, I ordered it, like it's exactly what I ordered, but I didn't realize that some of the other ones that looked like they had like the opaque green bottom, I thought that the whole thing was opaque. And I got the clear one because I wanted to be able to see the roots, but some of them you can get like the green opaque bottom and then it still has the clear thing. So I'd probably get that next time, because then this would be covered and you're not gonna get, the roots aren't gonna be exposed to light, you're not gonna be risking algae or anything like that. But I'm sure that I could find a crafty way to DIY like blocking this part out, whether I put like, I don't know, some type of like sticker or paper or something. I was thinking I could crochet a little like snuggie thing for around it, or whatever those are called. What are those called? Cozies? But I think that that's a little bit ambitious, so I'll probably find a simpler method, but I don't even know how much it's gonna matter that this is gonna be exposed to light. It probably won't be a big deal, but I'm just being like annoyed that I didn't order the other one. Anyways, I'm just gonna get started with removing our berries here. So when they're ripe, they're gonna come off super easily. At least that's what I found. So you can literally just like gently touch and you'll feel the ones that are coming off. Like I just went like this the other day, and the ones that kind of rolled off are the ones that I removed, obviously, because that means they're ready. So that's just what I'm gonna do today. I don't know if it's normal to harvest in batches like this or if normally people wait until they're all ready. I honestly am not sure, but like I said, I'm just doing it this way. Honestly, I expect almost all of them to be ready though at this point. Whoops. I moved out of the way of the sun because the lighting was so bad, but now I feel like it's looking kind of dark. Hopefully you can see okay. I can't really see because that big leaf is in my way. Oh my gosh. I just think that this is the coolest thing ever. I can't believe that this has happened. The bakeri just did this. I literally didn't do anything and now I have all these baby anthuriums that are gonna grow. Like, what the heck? This is so weird to see them coming out of here. I feel like this could trigger that like whole leaf phobia, so some people probably don't like this. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you, so trigger warning if you don't want to see it up close. Actually, I'm gonna take the camera. This is what it looks like. So they're all just like coming out of their little spaces. It's so weird. You just kind of like wiggle them and they just come out like a loose tooth or something. Like, that's so crazy. That is so crazy. What the heck? I hope I'm not forcing them too much, but I don't think I am. I think they're ready. So crazy. I don't really feel like doing this again either. That's why I'm just trying to get them all out. Because maybe some of them could wait a few more days, but I just like kind of want to do it all in one batch now. This is way more than I harvested the first time though. Super, super weird. Okay, that's it. This is naked now. It's so weird. It feels like a sponge or something. It kind of reminds me of corn on the cob after you eat all the kernels. Look at it. It's just so weird. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it now. Do I just cut it off? Is that what people do? It's so weird. It feels so, it's so naked now. My goodness, I've stripped you. Okay, I'm gonna move him out of the way. All right, so now we have all of our berries. Let me move you closer here. This is a lot, or it feels like a lot to me. And you have to remember that there's usually 2 seeds in these too, so it's like double the amount, but obviously not all the seeds, not all the seeds are gonna make it. Those ones look weird. Anyways, so all I'm gonna do is just kind of squish them to get the seeds out, and then I'm gonna put the seeds in the bowl of water. I'm gonna let them soak overnight. And from my very brief research, it doesn't seem like everyone does that. And I don't think I did before because I've grown anthurium from berries one time, but I did not, they weren't my berries. So I didn't go through this whole the like harvesting, I guess, process. I guess I went from here. But I'm pretty sure I just took the seeds out and then put them in sphagnum moss, but I soaked these ones overnight and they sprouted right away. So that seemed to go well. So I'm just gonna do that again. And then I have a lot of plant watering to do tonight, so that's another reason I want to do that, because I don't really have time to go through and like fill each of these little things with sphagnum moss. So we're just gonna pop the seeds out for today. But all I do is just squish them, and then you literally see the seeds come out. Oh, it looks like there's only one in this one. Yeah, there's only one in this one. So that's what it looks like. They're very tiny for this guy. So I'm just gonna stick it in the water. And that's just the process. So I'll probably just time lapse this or something. But enjoy. It's kind of fun to do. Oh, there's 2 in this one, see? There's 2 in that one. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, hi, hello. So I finished putting all of the anthurium bakeri seeds into the seedling trays yesterday, and then I cleared off some space on my plant shelf to accommodate all of them, and I'll show y'all what it looks like. Oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm gonna be so overrun by these. But at any point, I don't have to keep them all. You know what I mean? Like, I can just get rid of them when I want to. I'm just kind of curious at this point to see how this is gonna go. Yes, girl. Okay, so this is the setup. There are 10 different trays, each with 12 cells, are they called, in them. So 120 in total. And I think that there was around, oh my goodness, I was really trying to keep count as I was doing these, but it was really hard. I kept losing count, but I'm estimating that there was around 200 seeds because I have a whole bunch that I threw into this container here. There was 27 that are already sprouting, and then I threw in way more, like I'm guessing 50 or more into here just because I ran out of trays. I honestly thought that 120 like spots for seedlings was gonna be enough. It's absolutely blows my mind just how many seeds were on that inflow. Like, what the heck? And I know that that's not unusual. Like, you get a lot of seeds from them, but yeah, that's just crazy to me. Anyway, so I have them boosted up here so that they can be closer to the grow light, because if they were down here, it's like dark, you know? So I just used these baskets, these pink baskets that I'm obsessed with. If you watch my vlog channel, I'm using some of these on my desk, and then I went back to Yisk and I got more of them. So yeah, I have pink baskets boosting them all up. And honestly, I feel like this looks so cute. Like, it just adds such a cute little pop of pink to this little shelf. I can see her like wanting to bark. Don't do it. Don't do it, mama. Oh, look at her. She's gonna see something. This shelf is honestly out of control. Like, I need to take everything off and clean it. I'm actually considering doing that today, but I feel like that's kind of boring and I don't want to bore you guys. Although the other day someone requested, and I kind of love this, they requested me to do like a boring plant chores video where I just tackle all of those things that we kind of hate doing. Like, you know, washing pots, and I don't know, there's so many just like mundane kind of boring things that need to be done in this hobby. So they were like, oh, you could inspire us to do those things if you do like a boring plant chores video. And I was like, you know what, I kind of love that idea. So maybe I will clean the shelf. I don't know. I have a whole list of things that I need to get done. And I'm not very organized. I just kind of picked up the camera. I obviously wanted to give y'all an update on the anthurium babies. And yeah, but this shelf does really need to be addressed. I also need to pot up these philodendron glorious cuttings because they just, yeah, they need to come out of these moss air layering things. This one's like dry. It's almost evening time, honestly. It's 3:20, which is basically midnight at this time of year. It's like getting dark already. But I want to do some plant chores this evening, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna continue this video and we'll just do random planty things together. What I really want to do right now is unbox some plant supplies that I got. One thing I ordered myself, and then one box is gifted, and I don't even really know what's in there, so I'm really excited to open that. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here and we'll have our little unboxing moment. So the first box is oh my gosh, my battery's flashing right now. That's so annoying. Anyways, this is the first box. This is from Houseplant Essentials, which I think they have an Etsy shop. Yeah, they have an Etsy shop where they sell houseplant essentials. So they sell different supplies, you know, moss poles, moss, different supports, plant tags. They also sell some plants. I see right now they have a booby cactus on there, so that's cool. But yeah, they just sell different things, and they asked if they could send me a package, and I was like, of course. I feel like I can always use plant supplies, so I'll link them down below. They also have lots of different types of clear pots, and I feel like people are always looking for clear pots, so another option that is available. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this stuff out. Ooh, I'm so excited to see what's in here. It looks like there's lots of pots, which is amazing. Oh my gosh. There's big sized ones too, it looks like. I always need medium and large pots. Always, always, always. Don't know what's in there. I think this might be those clear plant tags though that everybody's using right now. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so first of all, it looks like we have some of these clear acrylic trellises. I really like these. I use them for a lot of my plants. I like that these are more narrow but tall. Are they? Yeah, these are more narrow but tall. That's really cool. I'm comparing it to one that I have in my Piper crocodum right now. But I have a bunch of these. And then it looks like they do pot extenders. So I have some pot extenders. At least I'm assuming, I think that that's what they are. Yeah, there's a few of them in here. I've started using pot extenders for some of my anthurium and I love them so far. And then it looks like we have a variety of moss poles, just like the regular closed back plastic moss poles. And this is kind of cool because there's black ones, which I've never had these in any other color besides clear, or like the kind of like frosty clear, I guess. That's the only two kinds I've had. So I'm kind of curious to try out the black one. That's pretty cool. I want to pick out a plant that would suit the black and then put it on there just to try it out. Okay, I'm gonna open this. I think it's gonna be the tags. I hope it is. Oh yes, it is. These are so cool. Now I can be one of the cool kids with my fancy clear plant tags. That is so, so awesome. I love it. I'm for sure gonna be using these. Those are so pretty. And then I'm assuming the rest are pots. So I will unwrap these all and then I'll show y'all the ones that I got. And I think we're gonna end up using one of these to pot my philodendron glorious. So it's perfect timing. Okay, my boyfriend got home right when I was unwrapping all of these pots and we ended up taking the dogs for a walk before it got dark out. But I am back now and I've unwrapped all the pots, and you guys, I am so impressed with these. These are probably the nicest clear pots that I have, so I will show them to you, but there's a massive variety of sizes. This is the smallest and the biggest. Like, look at that. Look at how cute these little small ones are. And they're all kind of the same style, which is nice. So there's these tiny ones, these ones, these ones. These are basically the small ones, and they all have the centimeter, like the diameter printed on the bottom, which is nice. And then these are the medium sized pots. Look at all of those. Like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be so, so useful to me. I cannot wait to use these to pot up my plants. They feel really thick too. A lot of my other plastic pots are more flimsy, but these feel really, really nice. So I think that this is gonna be my new shop that I order pots from. Like, look at this size. How big is this? It's a 9-inch pot, a 9-inch clear pot. I feel like that's so hard to find. Like, look at that. I'm so, so impressed with this. So yeah, that is amazing. I will link their shop down below if you're interested in checking them out. I am just so happy that I am stocked back up on clear pots. That is amazing. And I also like that they don't have the holes on the side, like the slots or whatever, because as an underwaterer, that's not great for me because they dry out faster. So I usually tend to go for these ones that just have holes on the bottom. Anyways, I think we're gonna end up using one of these pots later. Actually, we should honestly probably do it right now. I think I'm gonna eat, but I wanted to hop on here and finish this little segment of that unboxing. So I'm gonna eat. I'm probably gonna change as well, or at least put a sweater on because I'm freezing right now. And then I'm gonna get set up to pot Miss Philodendron Glorious. And yeah, I'll be back. Oh, I forgot to show y'all the other thing that I ordered. It's in this box. Oh my gosh, I got a massive one. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. This is a really big roll. Oh my gosh. Wow. I have like a lifetime supply. I can't even get it out of here. It's so heavy. Oh, wow. Okay, so as you can see, this is my coated wire mesh for some new moss poles that I'm gonna be making for the new year. I'm going back to using these DIY poles for some of my larger plants. And this is actually wire, coated wire, which I've never used before. I've only used the plastic mesh in the past, which was not great because it just wasn't very sturdy. So I've been wanting to try the wire mesh for such a long time, and I just couldn't really find it available. I found this on Amazon. It was very expensive, but as you can see, I got a ton of it. And I had to order this massive roll to get the dimensions that I wanted, because the smaller roll, like the shorter roll, came in just like a short version. But this, I'll just be able to cut it lengthwise, you know, and then it's already gonna be a tall pole. You know what I'm saying? So, whew, yeah, oh my goodness. This is a lot of wire mesh, but I am prepared, I guess. And maybe I'll be able to use it for other things too, like when we do our garden fence and stuff, like putting this along the bottom or something. So, yeah, handy to have on hand anyways. I've heard people say that this is a pain in the butt to work with, that it gets really sharp. You have to like twist the wire bits so that they're all facing in when you finish, and it's hard to cut and everything, but hopefully it'll be fine. I don't know, I guess I'll find out. I have wire cutters, so yeah, we'll see. I'll film whenever I use it. Okay, I am set up. Oh, the lights are going off. I am set up to get this philodendron glorious into a pot finally. And I'm actually not feeling well right now, you guys. I don't know what the heck, but on our walk, I just suddenly came down with a headache. And I don't get headaches very often at all. Like, that's not really something that I ever have. So I don't know what is going on right now, but I'm not feeling great. However, I will not rest until this glorious is potted up because it's been driving me crazy. Just like sitting on my counter in all of these cuttings, air layering things. So we're getting her potted up today, and I'm gonna be using this lovely 18 centimeter or 7-inch clear pot that we just unboxed, which I think is gonna be the perfect size, especially because I'm also gonna be using a Rousseau moss pole. And I actually considered, I was like, maybe I should just try the wire pole right now and do a wire mesh pole for this plant, which probably would be a good idea because, you know, the leaves are so big. Like, it's exactly the type of plant that I want to use those wire mesh poles for. But then I realized that I don't have zip ties. And then I also realized that I think I'm going to be putting this plant up on one of my Rousseau mounts. So this pole is going to be better for it for now anyways. I think I'm going to swap it out with my monstera esqueleto because that one is getting too tall for that spot. So it's probably going to be going up there, which is exciting because I think it's going to look fantastic. But yeah, I'm just using a Rousseau clear pole. I've said before, these are my absolute favorites. When it comes to these clear poles, they buckle at the front and they have a wider girth, or like a thicker diameter than the other clear, like closed back, D-shaped, whatever you want to call them, moss poles that I've tried. This one looks like this because I'm reusing it. I had another plant on it in the past and I took it off, so it's already kind of like bent. But anyways, I also have my potting mix here. I have all of my supplies here, which is nice. I have my moss pole, my sphagnum moss, which I soaked yesterday. I hope that TV is not gonna be... Sometimes it glitches weird in videos. I better just turn it off. Also have, my potting mix here. Actually, I guess I'll just leave it up there. What am I doing? My brain is just not well at the moment. I actually originally intended for this video to be a 1 day full of plant chores video, but now we're on day 3 and tomorrow is gonna be day 4 of contributing to this video. So, but 3 of those days we're just doing the anthurium bakeri seeds. Okay, what are we doing here? Repotting. I'm gonna fill this up with some potting mix. This is just my DIY potting mix. Oh, we should do the moss pole first. We should do the moss pole first. Okay, I'm gonna move this over. Let's do that. Olive garlic. Okay, just gonna fill this up quickly. I'm still using this 1 mile sphagnum moss and I love it so much. It's such nice quality. Definitely the nicest sphagnum moss that I have ever used. I don't know where you can get it if you live in different places, but if you live in Canada, Crystal Star Nursery sells it. I have to fiddle with this a little bit because it's like already been folded. I really hope this Glorious continues to grow for me and do well because it's so pretty. It's just so pretty. I really just want it to continue to mature and to be happy. I'm gonna be showering it a lot though because I've just found that that is what keeps the EFN at bay. It really just needs to be showered often to keep the leaves looking nice, or else they're just gonna get all spotty and destroyed from the EFN. Okay, I'm gonna see, that seems like a pretty good amount of moss. I don't pack it too tightly, but I also don't want it loose to the point where there's like gaps and stuff. I guess it doesn't need to be right to the top either. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit out up here because I'm gonna end up extending this later on. Okay, that should be good. And I usually just do them all up on the same side first, and then I do the other side. Just because it's what I find easiest. But these, oh, I didn't finish this side. So I'm gonna be filling the bottom part up with potting mix because that's the part that's gonna be sitting in the, oh, I think I took too much out of the top. All right. Whoops. We are in business here. Sorry that the lighting's kind of shite. It's nighttime, obviously. I'm in my house coat. Okay, I'm just gonna fill this up a little bit, or try to at least. This is not a super chunky potting mix, so it's kind of more difficult to fill moss poles with it. When it's a really chunky mix, it's easy, but the soil just kind of wants to come out. But that's fine, honestly. Okay, let's go for it here. Boop. Wait, I want to Try to get... Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm potting my philodendron glorious.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it is nice. Okay, now is the fun part because I get to take all of the moss and all of the plastic off so that I can see what the root system is looking like. Let's start with this one because it's gonna be the easiest one to take off. I just have a plastic pot, like a really like flimsy plastic pot that I just cut a slit on the side and put it around here so that it could air layer. This is probably gonna be the smallest root system because it hasn't been enclosed. The other ones are more enclosed, so the humidity stayed higher and everything. But there's definitely still roots here, so it works. I feel like it just might take a little bit longer than the saran wrap or the orbs, the propagation orbs. I can't remember why. I think I didn't use the, oh yeah, because the petiole got in the way. I couldn't do those plastic balls because the petiole, it works great for when you're trying to air layer on a node that doesn't have a leaf. But when you try to put those rigid plastic balls, you can't close it around the petiole. That's why I ended up having to go with the like random DIY route. Okay, I kind of need, whatever, I'm just gonna make a pile of moss here, I don't care. I'll be reusing this moss too, so just gonna boil it after this probably. Okay, I'm actually really impressed with the root system on this one. Look at that. It has like a full-blown root system. I bet these will start growing pretty soon after I pot them. However, that being said, if it's going up on the wall there, it's not gonna have a grow light. It's just gonna be natural light, and obviously we're in winter right now. Although the days are gonna start to get longer soon, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm curious to see how fast this will grow in natural light because I feel like I've only ever grown it under a grow light. Let's do this smaller one next. This one, some of these have weird leaves, and it's just because they were pushed out. They got kind of stuck when they were being pushed out, especially when I was doing this propagating situation. So this one is like kind of damaged on this side, and that's why. But I did the plastic wrap method with this one, and then I just secured it with elastic bands that I cut and tied around it. And I think that this one is the dry one. The other two I wet yesterday, I think, but this one I didn't. It's due, so I might have to wet it to take the moss off. But it looks like it has a good root system. Yeah, the moss isn't bone dry, but it's definitely drier than the others. So, okay, I just wet that moss. Okay, I removed the moss, and here's the root system on the smaller guy with the 3 smaller leaves. Really, really good. And then I also removed the moss on the last cutting, which is this one, this beautiful leaf. Oh my goodness, I love it. This is top cut too. You can see the caterpillar right there. But yeah, this is the root system, really chunky root system on that one. So now, the fun part, we get to pot them up. I've made a big mess here outside of my potting mat. Okay, I'm just gonna stick them in. This internode that's on here is kind of long. I think I might have to trim that. Okay, that's better. That'll be perfect. Of course, it's gonna look crazy at first until the leaves get all pointed in the right direction and everything. So we'll have to be patient to see the actual, oh, I'm gonna have to trim this one too. We're gonna have to be patient to see the actual outcome, but I have a feeling it's gonna look good in like a month or two. Okay. Look at all those leaves. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just gonna fill it up now. Okay, I just showered her off, gave her good water, and showered her off, so that's what she's looking like right now. She looks crazy, but in due time, I think she's gonna look good. We just have to wait. I'm just gonna let her drain in here for a little bit, and then I'll probably move her out for overnight, but yeah, all done. It feels really good to get her potted back up again. And then I was gonna say that that's gonna be it for tonight because, like I said, I have a headache and the lighting is just kind of shite. And I still have to edit a video tonight. But I realized that there's something else that I really need to get done. And it is to address my broken variegated Thanksgiving cactus. If you watched my top 10 plants of 2023 video, I showed that this is broken. Just a sec, I'll show it to you right now. This got knocked over the other day and it's broken. So I am going to be just cutting this off. Wow, tired. I'm gonna be cutting this off and then trying to propagate it. I honestly don't think it's gonna propagate though. Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought they were buds. They're new growth. That's still cute, but I thought they were buds for a second. Cutie little new growth instead. It's probably growing because I repotted it finally. It all feels kind of floppy. Why does it feel like that? Why does it feel like that? If this thing died, y'all don't even know. I would be so sad. Well, it doesn't feel too bad, I guess. Okay, I'm literally just gonna cut this. Okay, my memory card said full and my camera stopped recording as soon as I snipped this, so I don't know if y'all caught that, but I snipped that off. And there's another part that broke as well right here. You see that? So probably just like pull this one off, honestly. Yeah. There we go. What is that? Just dirt. That's where it got damaged when it fell. This camera has a hard time focusing when the lighting isn't very good. Anyways, oh yeah, it looks sad. It looks sad. Well, I'm gonna try to pot it, like propagate it regardless. The rest of it is okay in terms of, I don't think anything else broke off. I think maybe I should put it closer to the window now that it's repotted into this big pot to get more light and warmth. Well, I guess not really warmth, but the heater is right there. It might be a little bit warmer, but to get more light while it's establishing its roots. I'll probably move it tomorrow. There's really no point moving it right now because it's night. I'm just gonna cut like each individual chain kind of thing off. Aw, so sad that the flower got broken off. Yeah. R.I.P. I mean, I really don't think this is gonna root. It's all white with a flower on it. I really don't think so. But I'm gonna keep it just out of curiosity's sake. Well, no, I'm gonna cut the flower off. Should I cut it off? I don't think it's gonna open. I really don't think it's gonna open. I'm just gonna cut it. Oh, so sad. I was so excited to see that flower open. Oh well. By the way, I don't know what I'm doing. Where's my, oh, can't even see. Cutting these up. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never propagated holiday cactus before. But there's no time like the present. Yeah, I'll leave this one like that maybe. Try like a bigger one. I don't know. Maybe I'll cut this off. No, I'll leave it like that. Just for an experiment. Okay. I'm actually gonna use my Molly's succulent and cactus mix to root this. This is what the Molly's looks like. I've used this to root my, what is it called? Aurea succulent, and it worked really well. So I'm hoping it's gonna work well for me again. And I'm also gonna use these little, the smallest size of the pots from Houseplant Essentials, which are 2.5 inches. So this is actually the perfect use for these. I'm so happy that I got these tonight. It's like perfect timing. Okay. I'm literally just gonna scoop some of the mix into each of these. Let me see. Yeah, and then I'll just end up like sticking them in a little bit like that. For some of them, I'll probably put 2 because I have 5 pots and 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cuttings. So I guess almost all of them are gonna have 2. Let's see. This white one, like I really don't think it's gonna root. I really don't think so, but I'll put it in. I'll be shocked if it does. So that's what it's gonna look like for each of them. Okay, we are down here in the little cactus and succulent zone on my shelf here with the Soltec Grove lights. A bunch of my anthurium viridifolium is hanging down here in the way as well because it's in perlite right now because a whole, like half the plant just randomly broke off. It was like hanging on by a thread. I was like, why do these ones look so dehydrated? Because it was literally hanging on by like a thread of a root. So I don't know what the heck happened, but now it is rerooting in perlite. This is cut up into multiple different cuttings, don't worry. But yeah, really weird. Anyways, back to our variegated Thanksgiving cactus. So I've put it here, boosted up on these little cups. so that I can get nice and close to the light. And I did give it just a really light watering. I do water my succulents when I'm rooting them. It's just what I've always done. I know some people just dry root, but for me, it's what works well. So that's just what I'm gonna do. I just like to give a little bit of water, especially when I'm blasting these with grow lights, you know? So, yeah, that's what I did, but we'll see how it goes. My fingers are crossed, but I also, you know, am kind of, I mean, I think that some of them might root, but yeah, they're definitely a little dehydrated by this point. I should have done it sooner. I just didn't get around to it. Now that that's done, I think I'm gonna sign off of this video for tonight. I need to clean up this area, and then like I said, I have to edit another video tonight as well. So yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow for some more plant chores. Stay tuned to find out if I'm getting sick or if this is just a random headache. We'll know tomorrow morning. Hello, it's me. Yes, I am back. It is the next day, and we're gonna do a few more plant chores before I sign off of this video. And I also ended up just really getting in the plant chore mood last night after I ended the video. I think I went to put my supplies away, and then I kind of realized I have my moss out. Why don't I just crack out a couple of moss bowl extensions right now? So that's what I did. I'm trying to think of what all I filmed yesterday. I think it was just the extensions that I did off camera. And I chopped one of my monstera albos up this morning as well. I've been doing a lot of plant stuff lately. It's like getting all blurred in my brain of what I did in the morning when I'm doing my morning waterings and what I've done in the evenings and what I've filmed and what I haven't filmed. But I'm just gonna give you a general update here. So I know that we potted this glorious up together yesterday. So I'll give you an update of what it's looking like, because I have indeed put it up there on the Rousseau pole mount, and it looks so good. I cannot wait to see it climb. I think it's gonna look amazing up there. And yes, it is so dark out today, like very gloomy and overcast. So the house is just, it's quite dark right now. So I'm sorry, the lighting has not been great lately. We've had some rainy days. Anyway, so yeah, got that up there. And of course had to bring the Monstera Esqueleto down, and then I ended up extending it. Oh yeah, that's what prompted me to do this, because I was like, oh, I want to put the Glorious up there, so I had to take the Esqueleto down, and then I was like, it's down here and my moss is out, so I might as well do the extension. So I extended the Esqueleto pole, which is amazing, and it's already popping out the beginnings of a new leaf there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just like the tiniest little amount coming out. The camera doesn't really want to focus, but yeah, the new leaf is hardening off beautifully, and she's looking beautiful. I'm actually kind of excited to have her down here. It's just fun to see her from a different perspective, you know? This corner is starting to look really jungly, but after I extended the Esqueleto, I was like, you know what? I should extend my Epipremnum, because I'm always behind on extending her, and I really want to be on top of it, because after this extension, it's going to be chop time. So I'm on top of it this time. I got the extension done. It's 6 feet tall now, approximately, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm really excited to watch her climb. And then I forgot about this one, but I also extended the philodendron Burrow Marks Fantasy. I was considering chopping up this plant because I'm just not really happy with how it's looking. What the heck, I should like push that in more. I'm not really happy with how it's looking. But then I kind of thought, you know, maybe I'll just grow it to the top of this pole and then chop when I get some nice big leaves that I'm happy with. So I'm gonna try to take really good care of that one to get it to give me some nice leaves that I can eventually chop and propagate to start a new one. Sorry, don't know why I'm losing my voice already. And then what else? I think that that's everything I did off camera last night, and then this morning I just did watering mostly of this area, of this little shelf area, and like topped up all of my propagations and everything. I have so many plants that I've chopped up completely and that I'm propagating now. My philodendron gigas here. It's kind of crazy. They're just everywhere. Also, look how beautiful my begonia lyalii is. I was just admiring it this morning. It is so pretty and sparkly and just unique looking. Gosh, I love it. But yeah, so those plants are all good. And then, like I said, I chopped up my monstera albo. I have 5 cuttings of it now, and I only kept the cuttings where it looked like the node had some variegation on it because I'm really trying to get a variegated monstera albo, you guys, because it keeps reverting. And the reason that what prompted me to chop this up this morning, because I've been thinking about it, but what prompted me to do it this morning is the fact that the new leaf was like all green. And that's been like a few leaves in a row now that just like have like minimal variegation or are all green. And I was just like, you know what? No, like I'm tired of that. I just want a freaking variegated monstera albo. So hopefully this is the last time I'm trying. Like I'm just, you know, getting rid of this plant if none of these cuttings give me nice variegation. But my fingers are crossed. So we'll see what happens with that. I do have a list of a few things that I want to get done this afternoon. First of all, water my Syngonium albo. That's obviously a quick chore. That'll take like a minute. And then I want to chop up some of my cabinet plants, some that were on the small, like mini grow poles, and then they've overgrown the poles, and I think I'm just gonna cut them up and start them over on a bigger pole because yeah, I'm just not happy with that situation. Those small poles just aren't cutting it for me. So I need to chop up some plants in there. And then lastly, I want to pot my monstera aurea. Oh yeah, I'm not sick today. I forgot to announce that. I left you on a cliffhanger last night, but no, I woke up this morning feeling fine. So thank goodness for that because yeah, like I said, I don't get headaches very often, but yeah, I slept fine and then I woke up and my headache's gone this morning. So I don't know what that was about. Maybe I didn't drink enough water or something. Anyways, and then the last thing that I want to do today is to, what is it? having short-term memory loss. I want to pot my monstera aurea cuttings because I cut up my monstera aurea a while ago now, like I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks ago. I want to pot those cuttings into pon in a self-watering pot. So I'm excited about that. I was thinking about what else I could do for plant chores today, and then I thought of that and I was like, yes, that sounds fun, and I really just want to get that plant growing, and I'm just so curious of how it's going to do in semi-hydro, if that's going to help resolve the browning issue. So that's my plan. But before I jump into those things, I have really been wanting to put up my Christmas decorations on my Millsbow wide, and they're just these like little glass clings. I had ghosty, like Halloween ones up for spooky season, and now it's Christmas and I have these Christmas light ones, and I think that they are so darn cute, but I haven't put them up yet, and it's Christmas in like 10 days, so I'm like, I need to get these up. So I'm just gonna give the cabinet a spray with like glass cleaner, and then I'm gonna stick those on, and then the cabinet will be all cute and festive. I just thought it'd be fun to do together on this video. Okay, y'all, this is the final result. I spent way too much brain power thinking about this, but I think I like them best like this, just kind of mimicking what actual string lights look like, just hanging across there. I don't know, I think it's cute. I think it's cute. And then the little stars are supposed to be like the string, you know, between them all. It's just a little cute and festive pop. I really like doing these seasonal just like gel cling-on things for the cabinets. I think that's so fun, and those lights also match the colorful lights on the tree, so yeah, I think that that's really cute. Let me know what y'all think. And I literally just found these at my grocery store for like a couple of dollars. So yeah, such a cute find. All right, I've got my kombucha. I've got the plants that we're gonna be chopping. I think we're ready to rock here. So these are the plants that were inside the cabinet that I'm gonna be taking cuttings from. The first one is my philodendron soderoy, or is it? Because I am really questioning whether this is a philodendron soderoy or a philodendron soderini, because it just seems to not really be sizing up. I don't know, I found this at the big box store in the spring, right before I moved here actually. And I was so excited because philodendron soderoy was a plant that I really wanted. I love those big pillowy silver leaves. So of course I grabbed it, and it's just, first of all, it had a really hard time settling into my home and getting established and everything. I've struggled with this plant a lot. And then I just kind of started to neglect it. I threw it in the cabinet, neglected it because it just wasn't really doing too much. And now it's growing a ton, but as you can see, the leaves are just really small, which could just be because, you know, it doesn't have proper support. Like, it's literally just climbing off of the moss pole. It has sized up a little bit, but it could just be because it doesn't have proper support. But I still am just skeptical of whether this actually is philodendron soderoy. I don't know. The soderini is like the small form of philodendron soderoy, but that's not really the one I want. I kind of just want the big one. So if there's any other way to tell them apart that isn't just size based, let me know in the comments. Also, this one's spontaneously variegated, which is pretty cool, and I think that that's pretty common in soderoy because I've seen lots of people do that, but it's kind of pretty. You can see there's like a big chunk of variegation right there, and then there's kind of like speckly variegation on other leaves. I'll try to find one to show you. There's a couple on this vine, whoops, that came out variegated as well. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, but yeah, so that's kind of cool. So I might try to cut off some of those variegated leaves. But yeah, I just want to chop this so that I can start it over and actually try to grow it out to see how big I can get the leaves now that it's actually kind of growing for me now. So that's the plan for that. That's the plan for all of these, honestly. That one I'm probably eventually gonna put, well, I don't even know. I'll probably put it on a Rousseau pole for now. This one, I think I'm gonna put on a wire pole because I'm really hoping that this is gonna get big for me, but we'll see. This is my Epipremnum Gisenia pothos, which is basically a yellow variegated pothos. And this is a plant that I'm kind of replacing my monstera aurea with. I'm not, but this kind of satisfies my desire for yellow variegation, and my monstera aurea is just such a pain in the butt. So I'm still obviously trying with the monstera aurea. Like, we're gonna put that in semi-hydro today and everything and see how it goes. But if that fails, I'm very content to just focus my energy onto this Gisenia pothos because it is so pretty. It's just on this small pole, as you can see, and yeah, I'm not happy with that. Obviously, I want to get this on a big pole. I want to have it consistently climbing so that it can size up and I can just enjoy those beautifully variegated leaves. I'll give you a close-up of the newest leaf. Look at that. Oh, that is so pretty. Beautiful. The leaves are really similar to the Marble Queen in like shape and texture and everything. Like, it's basically exactly the same as the Marble Queen, because sometimes between Epipremnum, the leaves are kind of different. Like the, what's it called? Oh, what is that called? Why am I blanking? The one that's trendy right now that everyone's pulling. I don't know why I can't think of this name, but the one that has the more kind of like wavy leaves, like that's a different leaf than this. And also like the Enjoy and stuff, they just have a different leaf, but this one is very similar to just like your standard Marble Queen, Golden Pothos type of thing. It's really bugging me that I can't. Manjula is the one I'm thinking of. It has like the really round, wavy kind of leaves. So that's what I mean when I'm saying that Epipremnum have different kind of types of leaves. And then the last one that I'm going to be chopping today is my beautiful heartleaf philodendron. I love this plant. She is so pretty. Like, Wow. I love her so much. The variegation is just incredible. And she's doing amazing, except for, of course, she's just on this stupid tiny pole and she's grown over it because it's not adequate. So I'm just gonna be chopping her up today, starting her over, and then we'll get her on a nice big pole, probably a Rousseau pole. And yeah, I think it's gonna be really fun to grow her. I'll probably grow out some of the cuttings trailing and then some of them climbing because I think it'd be fun to see her trailing as well. I do still have one spare Wally Grow planter, so I'm thinking maybe I'll put her in there, but I was also thinking of putting Syndapsis in there, so I don't know. So many plants, so little planters. I'm just gonna go ahead and start chopping. We're gonna start with the Soderoy here. Just gonna chop off the part that's coming off the pole. Hello. There we go. I'm gonna do that for all the vines, and then I'm just gonna kind of like pick which cuttings I want to keep based on what they look like. I'm gonna take these top ones just because they're nice and big. Yeah, these are pretty. These are probably the biggest ones that I have so far on this plant. They're so cute. I hope that I'm able to grow this out. I really, really hope so. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep this. This is another top cut that probably gonna keep just because the leaves are bigger. So we've got those two. And then here, I'll probably just cut the leaves that have some variegation on them. I have no idea if the variegation is gonna continue, but I might as well try to prop those ones, you know? Okay, I've put all of the cuttings into water. There's more than I thought I was gonna keep in here. I didn't count them, but there's a whole bunch, so we'll see. I haven't propagated this plant before. Hopefully it goes well. I'm probably gonna pop this back into the cabinet because that's where it was living before, and I can already see that some of the leaves were kind of getting stuck doing the inchworm thing, so I think it's gonna appreciate the humidity. All right, and then next, who should we do next? Let's do the Jacinia next, because I'm pretty excited about this one. So I guess, again, I'm just gonna cut it off of the pole again. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my goodness, I love it. And I'm probably gonna keep all of these cuttings. The Soderoy, there's like a million leaves on that, so I'm not gonna keep all of them, but this one, I think I might try to keep them all. And if you're wondering why I'm not using the roots that are in the pole, why I'm rerooting all of these, it's just because the roots in the pole are probably dead because I hadn't been keeping up with watering the moss poles, so the roots all would have just dried out. So they're not viable, which is why I'm just gonna be growing new roots in water. This one's like pressed right up against the pole. Oh my gosh. Here we go. That'll be another cutting. The variegation does fade down on this. Like it comes out really yellow on the new leaves, and then on the older leaves, you can see that the variegation isn't as visible. There's still a little bit of something something, like you can see that there's different shades on the leaf, but it's not a bright yellow. But I think I'm okay with that, honestly. I feel like it's kind of cool to see the contrast of the newer leaves versus the older ones, especially if you have multiple vines growing up a pole. So I'm not mad about that. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to grow this plant out. Okay, so that's the rest of the vine that I removed, and I'm just gonna cut it up into single node propagations, or single node cuttings that we're going to propagate. Somebody commented on the video that I uploaded yesterday that I don't post videos anymore that are like informative or like how I grow plants or propagate them. It's mostly just like showing my plants or doing favorites lists, and I did a lot of hauls this year. I don't think they said that, but I can recognize that I did a lot of hauls this year, probably an excessive amount. But they're basically just saying that they feel like the plants online plant YouTube community has moved away from making informative videos and just does these more kind of like showy kind of videos. And they said the comment in a really respectful way, so I wasn't like offended by it or anything, but it really has genuinely had me thinking about my channel a lot. And I really appreciate feedback, because if one person says it, there's probably other people that feel the same. And I kind of feel the same too. Like I kind of miss just making videos where I talk about how I grew a plant, and I'm trying to think about why I moved away from that type of video. Like, is it because it wasn't getting views? I mean, those types of videos can perform pretty poorly, but they also can perform okay over the long term because people will like search for information and come across that later on. But yeah, I don't know. And it's also kind of whatever that phenomenon is called, where you feel like you know a lot of things when you're first getting into something, and then the more you learn about it and the more you're like immersed in that thing, the more you realize that you literally know nothing. And that's kind of how I feel now. Like I used to make, I don't know, I remember when I first, like my first like year, probably first year or two of maybe my like second year of collecting plants, and I had a philodendron melanochrysum for like, I don't know, 6 months or something, and I made a care video for it. Like I would never do something like that now because I just know that I don't know enough about a plant after only having it for 6 months to make a whole care video on it to share with the internet. So whatever, that's just an example of how I used to make more like educational, it wasn't really, but more like educational plant content. And then I kind of moved away from that. So I'm trying to think of how I can, like I love doing, I'm gonna keep working on this while I chat with you, but I would love to hear everyone's thoughts of like what kind of videos do you want to see, or like topics would you like to see me cover that are more like teaching people about plants? Because I miss making, like I would really enjoy to make content like that. I would. I don't know. It's weird. Like I don't really know. I don't know what topics I want to cover or what topics people want to know about. And I also think the other thing is that I feel like a lot of my viewership has grown with me, because a lot of y'all have, like a lot of you have been here for years now, which thank you so much. But it's kind of like we've grown together in the hobby. So I almost kind of like skip over the beginner things, or just assume that people know things, or I don't know. I guess what I'm getting at is that I just want to share more about my journey of growing plants and what I'm doing to grow them, and just kind of documenting, which I feel like plant tour videos are good for that. So yeah, maybe mixing in more plant chore videos or more like themed plant chore videos where I talk about a certain topic, or I don't know, I'm just trying to think, because I feel like that really was a valid point, and I don't want my channel to just turn into like show and tell, like look at these plants, which I love content like that, and I'll still make content like doing walkthroughs of my collection, or like, you know, philodendron collection or favorite plants or whatever. But I guess I just want, I don't know, I just want it to be more of a mix, I suppose, because I got that comment and I was scrolling through my channel and I was like, it is just kind of like if you don't know about plants and you just came across my channel, I feel like you'd be kind of lost. But yeah, maybe I could make more videos and organize them into playlists, or I don't know. I want to be able to help people as much as I can, and I guess I feel like I don't have a lot of knowledge, and maybe that's part of my problem, because I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing half the time, but I do know some things for sure. And yeah, like I'm sure that there's helpful things I could be sharing. But it is funny to think of like when I was first getting into plants and I was like, oh, how to do this, how to like I have a pitcher plant care video that has like 100,000 views, and I'm just like, I mean, I didn't say anything like bad in it, which is why I've just like left it up. It's just very basic care information of how I cared for my Nepenthes back then when I was like a very new plant parent. And honestly, that Nepenthes looked great, like way better than the ones I have now. So I'm not gonna mess with past me from years ago, because she was doing something right. But yeah, it is just kind of funny how things change over the years. I think it's a combination of things that really, I think I'm gonna cut these into 2 leaves per cutting, because there's kind of a lot of them. But oh my goodness, how pretty is she? Or maybe I should learn more about plants so that I can share knowledge. Like if this is gonna be my job, which it is, maybe I should be reading more books. Maybe I should be scouring Reddit more. Maybe I should just challenge myself to actually learn about plants, which I really enjoy doing. But yeah, I don't know. That comment just got me thinking. So thanks to whoever who left it, because I feel like it's important to reflect and assess and hear people's feedback. And I'm not offended by it, because I'm pretty happy with my channel, like at the minute, but that doesn't mean I don't want to make improvements. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, let's cut this baby up. Something about this new leaf just looks so satisfying. Like it looks like it's gonna be really variegated. Look at that. So cutie. Love. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that. But yeah, leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what types of plant videos you like watching. A lot of y'all commented that you wanted to see plant chores when I was asking about what video I should post next on my channel. The top plants of 2023 won, but then like all the comments were saying plant chores, so I was kind of like, what's going on here? But obviously I'm doing both. So it's fine. I'm just peeling off these sheaths because they're just gonna get all gross and like rot in the water anyways. So they can come right off. I chopped up so many plants last week. Like I don't even know how many, like so many plants propagating right now. It's kind of crazy. I chopped up 15 of them last week over on Patreon because I'm just restarting a lot of my plant collection. So I'm kind of gonna have a lot of baby plants over the next few months. But it just had to be done because a lot of them just weren't looking good. So now I'm gonna have 3 more plants that I'm starting over from propagations. But it's fine. Honestly, I'm just excited to kind of have a fresh start. I also got rid of a few plants in that video, downsized, which felt really good. This one, the variegation fades too. These are older leaves versus the new leaves. It's kind of crazy, but it looks cool, like the contrast of them. All right, I am going to put these in a Starbucks cup or whatever this cup is as well. I was saying that, I'm not sure if I finished my thought, but I was saying that I want to do more like of the time, what are they called? Not time lapse, but like I guess videos where I start a project and then I kind of show you all the progress and give you updates for however long, like weeks or months. I really like that type of video, and I think I'm going to be working on, like I have a few ideas of ones that I want to do. I'm transferring one of my Calathea Warshawixii. Why won't this go down? I'm transferring my Calathea Warshawixii into Pawn, and I kind of want to document that process because I feel like that might be the solution for Calatheas. And if it is, I need to document it and share it. Okay, so that just needs to be filled with water, and these ones are gonna go in here. And then they're all chopped up. Wow, that feels good. I've been putting that off for a while. Now they can actually go on bigger poles and actually grow and mature for me. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing more like long-term planty projects. So I know a lot of y'all love watching those, and I do too. I like seeing the results of things. So yeah, I'll probably be doing more of those for 2024. Anyways, lots of stuff to think about. Oh, I missed one. Lots of stuff to think about for planning content for next year, but I'm really excited about it. Okay, so I've got to fill those with water. I'm gonna clean this up, and then we are going to pot my monstera aurea cuttings. I hope that they're gonna fit in this pot, because this is the, oh, yeah, no, I think this is gonna be the best pot for her. I'm excited. I'm very curious and very excited about that, so be right back. I actually have not pulled these out and looked at the roots since I put them in here like 6 weeks ago or whatever it was. They look good from the outside. All I've done is top this up though. It's just been sitting on the shelf. And the leaves look pretty shite. And also one of them, let me pull these out. Oh my gosh. It's not always a good idea to use a mason jar with a narrow mouth. Ooh, there we go. Okay, wow, they actually look really good just at a glance. Look at that, healthy chunky roots. So hopefully they're all rooted. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna put them all in anyways. But if you are not familiar, my monstera aurea just browns like this on the yellow part of every single leaf. And it's a really big bummer because I love this plant. I really want to see it thriving, but every single leaf ends up browning. So it's frustrated me. This one was the top cut and it had a new leaf coming in, but obviously when I chopped, that just, ooh, did you see that string? It's like gooey in there. When I chopped, that just died, which is fine. So there is some pond in here. I don't know what I was using this pot before. I just found this downstairs and it already has some pond in it. So I'm just like, okay, I'll probably take some out. Yeah, I'll take some out. This is my crystal star. That's what I'm going to be using. That's what's in here already. I think it's just a little too full. Okay, I'm just gonna arrange them in here. Honestly, I probably could have done 2 pots of this, but I don't really want 2 pots of it. So I'm just gonna put as many in as I can, and then I can always just up pot this if they all start growing. I don't know, that's gonna be my game plan right now. This is also the same type of pot that I want to use for my Calathea Warshawixii. These work really well with pond, but I can see a lot of people not liking these pots because there's no like pot insert. Like this is all just, I can't take the plant out of here, so you can't see the roots or anything, which is kind of sketch. Like you just, there's like a little grate thing that goes on the bottom, and then you put your substrate in your plant, and then you just leave it. So I just know when to water because of the little water gauge here. But I can see a lot of people not liking that. I don't really care. It's honestly worked great for me. I've had multiple plants. My Florida ghost has been living in this pot for a long time. I've never had any problems. Okay, last one. Wow, the roots on this one are really good. Look at those. All right, now I just have to fill it. So I'm so curious of how this is gonna go. Like, is this going to be the answer for my monstera aurea woes? I hope so. Can't waste a drop. Look at this Velcro attached to me. Oh, big old root trying to get out already. Get in there, get in there. Oh, this looks so nice. Oh shoot, I've got to let go of it because I've got to open my new package. It's fine. I want to order more of this pond because it's my absolute favorite. They actually rebranded this and it's called, what's it called? Mineral Magic, I think, which is so cute. They like gave them new cutie names. I love a good rebrand. But I didn't buy any more because I still have my ingredients, well, part of my ingredients from when I used to make DIY pond, and I feel like I didn't give that a very thorough shot. So I'm probably gonna try my DIY pond again because I'm wanting to try more plants in pond lately, just as kind of to combat my underwatering problem. And I know people recommend silica for monstera's browning, the variegated parts browning. And I don't know, silica kind of stresses me. It kind of freaks me out because I've had people say that that can mess up the pH and then you need to adjust the pH, and that just sounds, it just sounds like a little more than I want to deal with right now. I don't know, maybe it's really simple, but that intimidates me when people say that. So that's why I haven't tried the silica yet. But if this, just putting it in semi-hydro doesn't help, then I'll probably try silica. But I don't really have problems with other plants. Well, do I? Like my Thai doesn't brown on me. My Albo doesn't even get enough variegation to brown on me. And what else? What other variegated plants? My Red Anderson hasn't been browning. She's in the cabinet. So I don't think it's really a big issue for me. It's just this plant, it's just the aurea, which is so weird because you'd think that yellow variegation would be more hardy than just like plain white or cream, but no. All right, y'all, so that is her. She is in there. Oh my goodness, I am so excited to see what she's gonna do. I don't even know what to expect. I'm gonna see if I have any of my fertilizer mixed up. I do. Look at that. It's so satisfying when I already have it mixed up and I don't have to deal with combining all of the freaking fertilizers. So you just pour it in and watch the little water gauge. Super simple. There we go. I'm just gonna put her in the same spot that she's always been in on my shelf with the Sansi grow light there. But that's the finished result. Wish her luck, you guys. She is such a beautifully variegated monstera aurea. Like, I feel like I hit the jackpot with the variegation. It's so stunning and marbly and chunky and just everything that I would want in an aurea or in any variegated monstera. So it just makes me sad that this is going on with her. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful at this stage. Also, update on all of the bakeri seeds. They haven't really done anything yet. I was just looking at them this morning, or was that last night? I was looking at them, and yeah, they haven't. It looks like some of them are just starting to do something, but not much. Oh my god! Oh my gosh. I am sorry, little babies. Okay, I think they're okay. I think they are okay. I don't think any of them came out. Oh, I hope not. There's only a couple bits of sphagnum moss on the floor. Oh my gosh. That literally would happen to me. This is why I said I'm just not gonna touch them. I'm not gonna disturb them, so let's not do that again. Anyways, I guess I'll sign off while I'm down here. Thank you so much for joining me for these few days of plant chores. I hope that you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And yeah, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see. I am looking forward to hearing from you. Either way, even if you don't comment, if you just watch, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate you guys. I think so often just about how grateful I am to have such lovely subscribers and such a lovely community on here. Alrighty, I am going to clean everything up here and then edit this video and make some dinner. That's my evening plans. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.